gonna...
אוקיי.
He's good with these things. יש לך בסוף אינדקס, תסתכל שם. Okay? One of our dear friends asked us a question today. He said, Rabbi, what do you do whenever you woke up late in the tefillah? What should you read? What should you skip? How important is to come on time? So, listen, Rabotai, there is one of the authorities we have in Halakha is called the Malach HaMagid. He was created, Malach, that was created, Yaakov, by Rabbi Yosef Skaro's learning. Abraham, imagine when was the last time you created a Malach?
Last time I said bracha.
Huh? No, Malach that you can talk to, Malach that he talks to you, he gives you different musar, different secrets of Olam Haba. You know, there is such a Malach called Malach HaMagid. He used to speak to Rabbi Yosef. And he wrote a whole book called, what's the book called? Magid Mesharim. He tells the Rabbi Yosef Karo the following words. קיבלת את זה? זה עובד עכשיו? The file works? ראית? He tells him, והה לך לשון המגיד משרים, ותקרא כל התפילה מראשה ועד סופה כסדר. Make sure whenever you pray, says the Malach to Bet Yosef, read the entire prayer, מתחילתה ועד סופה כסדר. In order. לא יחסר אפילו תיבה אחת. Don't miss even one letter. דעה כולה מיוסדת על פי הסוד. The entire tefillah is established according Menashe to the sod. Yitzchak, what is according to the sod means? According to the secrets of the world, of the Torah, which is the Kabbalah. ולא כאותם השוטים שמדלגים התפילה, and not like these people that they are called shotim. Yaakov, what does shotim means?
Not normal.
So the person has v'shalom skipping the tefillah. He says it's people that they are he behaves like shotim שמדלגים התפילה בסיבת שנתם הרעה על משכבותם, because they like to sleep extra moments in the sleep. אוי להם שמקלקלים הצינורות. Oh, to these people that they are destroying all the צינורות in the world. וכמה וכמה רעות גורמים להם, ולכל העולם. How much damage, רע, you know what רע in Hebrew means? Bad, how much bad they cause to themselves and to the entire world. Why the interest rate went so high, mate? Why the interest rate went so high?
Which interest rate?
Mortgage.
Of mortgages.
I don't know.
Why Putin has a fight with Ukraine and made the whole world to falang?
Hashem's will.
Huh? Why Hashem had that will made? What changes Hashem's will? One way or the other way?
The people's actions.
It says over here, the Malach HaMagid, how did you pray Shacharit in the morning?
Oh, wow.
ולא כי אותם השוטים שמדלגים התפילה בסיבת שנתם הרעה, they sleep extra, and because of that they missing out, he says, מקלקלים הצינורות, וכמה רעות גורמים להם ולכל העולם. How much רעות, how much damage they cause to them, and to the entire world. Yaakov, you understand how important it is to come to Bet HaKnesset early.
Nets.
Doesn't have to be nets if you cannot make it to nets, but make sure you pray from the beginning till the end. מונעים השפע לעולם בהיותם מקדימים המאוחר מאחרים המוקדם, לכן תהיה תמיד משקיעים לבית הכנסת. Says the Malach HaMagid to Bet Yosef. Therefore, Bet Yosef, make sure you're always going to be one of the first 10 in Bet HaKnesset. Mashkim, come one of the first people in Bet HaKnesset.
What if you put...
Meir, you know what Bet Yosef did in the world? Bet Yosef made kunim to all the olamot with his Talmud Torah. What, Talmud Torah is not more important? What do we see? The tefillah, tikkun tefillah, from the beginning till the end, says the Malach, brings so much bracha to the world, and if you are skipping around, there's a lot of problems to bring to the world. That's a person have to be educating himself not to be the one that comes late. And he says, what if a person woke up late? Happens. It says he should go to a different minyan that starts from the beginning. What if you woke up the latest time after the latest minyan? Go to shul to pray. What should he pray? Нету миньян, уже здесь 40.
From beginning to end.
הנה, מה אומר?
No skip.
תקרא לו.
אסור.
הנה, מאיר.
אם
show him.
אם השליח ציבור כהן ויש שם עוד כהנים אחרים, אינו רשאי לשאת כפיו אפילו אם הוא בטוח בעצמו שיכול לחזור לתפילתו כראוי, וכן מנהג הספרדים ועדות המזרח בכל המקומות. ויש מהאשכנזים שנהגו שאף כשיש כהנים אחרים שליח ציבור כהן עושה כפיו, אם היום פעמים...
אשכנזי, maybe he was Ashkenaz.
But
Or he learned the Mishnah ברורה, maybe.
yeah, but if he's the only כהן, it's different.
It's
אבל
different.
אם יש כהנים אחרים...
Right.
That's what I thought also.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
הנה.
Which one?
סימן קכ"ח, איזה סעיף?
זה עין ו'.
Cohen is asking. He asked the question. Cohen, you heard this question? So he said the answer is, like I told him, that he is not allowed to go up to Birkat Kohanim because there's other Kohanim already. Shaliach Tzibur Kohen cannot go up Birkat Kohanim in the middle if there are other Kohanim already. If there is no other Kohanim, then he's allowed to.
all procedure, איך הוא צריך לעשות.
А что он должен делать? Просто молчать?
Да.
Yeah, he has to stay quiet, and Israel or Levi can tell the Kohanim the bracha, Yevarechecha, etc.
Thank you.
אני חושב עכשיו הוא ילמד הלכות יותר מכל החיים שלו, זה הכי טוב בעולם. שזה גם בפרקטי שאלה עכשיו כזה לא שכוח.
כן, ודאי. ודאי. Today I had a discussion with somebody about how important it is, Yitzchak, to learn halacha lema'aseh. There's one guy told me that his rabbi told him, your tikkun is to finish Gemara, Takaya, Sikaya. To another one, it said you have to finish the whole Mishnayot in the Shas. I told him, listen, I don't like to argue with your type of people, but we have laws, we have halachot. Shulchan Aruch telling us that if a person doesn't learn 3 hours or more a day, he must learn halacha. He did Siyum not too long ago. I asked him, what Masechet did Siyum? He said, I said, no, do you know halachot of this? Whatever topic you learn, do you know what to do? No. I said, no, you tell me. It's not a waste of time. You tell me, not a waste of time. Rabbi, how can you call it waste of time? I said, that's what Rabbi Yosef calls it, not me calling it. לא יצא ידי חובת תלמוד תורה. If a person doesn't learn הלכה למעשה, לא יצא ידי חובת תלמוד תורה. That's, רבותיי, so important for us. Baruch Hashem, we have this class over here that we are learning הלכה למעשה. He said, Rabbi, what do you teach? I told him, הלכה למעשה I teach. It's much easier for me to teach Gemara, Pilpulim, but it's not, you're not going to go home with anything. That's, רבותיי, we're so lucky that we have this shiur, that we know what to do, in what cases to do here. Today, Meir, what happened to the Kohen? He made a mistake. בגלל זה, ללמוד הלכה למעשה, it's a mandatory thing. Okay, back to us.
is Ashkenaz?
No, Sephardi. Israeli. A new guy. First time I see him.
ברכה לבטלה.
So, מה נעשה? Okay, let's go. Let's just read a small section of the Zohar. Last week we spoke about how important it is to say והוא רחום, יכפר עוון, ולא ישחית, ירבה להשיב אפו, ולא יעיר כל חמתו. We said that these 4 angels, remember, have the power to nullify. This line has the power to nullify 4 angels. And why specifically those 4 angels? Why not other angels?
They're in charge of
Because
Gehenna.
these angels, these malachim, are in charge of Gehenna. That's how serious that thing is. That's why a person should not skip that line. Somebody asked me the other day, Rabbi, what's more important? Sometimes the Chazan in Mincha pull him out. You're not going to care. You're so fast. So sometimes I don't get to say Alenu Leshabeach. By the time I finish Alenu Leshabeach, he will start already the brachot of Shema Yisrael of Arvit. What should I do? I told him in such a case, Shalom Joe. In such a case, you skip the Alenu Leshabeach of Mincha. Why? והוא רחום of Arvit is more important than Alenu Leshabeach of Mincha. והוא רחום. How else are you going to say it? If you say Baruch Hashem Achlonan Ba'ed, you cannot say afterwards anything. If you're going to answer the Arvit, Baruch Hashem Achlonan Ba'ed, they're allowed to talk.
מה עם העד? יפסיד את העדים?
יפסיד את העדים. And I looked into that, and where did I find it from? I found it in the poskim talking about Shacharit and Musaf of Shabbat. We finished Shacharit. Do we say Alenu Neshabeach?
No.
In Shacharit of Shabbat? Huh? No. When do we say Alenu Neshabeach of Shacharit? After Musaf. So they say, so Rosh Chodesh also, anytime you have the two prayers back to back, we don't say Alenu Neshabeach 2 times. So why by Mincha and Arvit every day we say 2 times Alenu Neshabeach? So because it was not established to be back to back. But he says, what if a person is in a situation that he cannot? Can he count the second Alenu Neshabeach of Arvit to be count for the Mincha one or no? Like the Shacharit and Musaf. So they say yes. The poskim say yes. So you see that on the Alenu Neshabeach sometimes it happens. A person is in a rush. So Alenu Neshabeach, he has to get it done because he has to start with Arvit with him and he skip Avehu Achum. So we learned that to skip Avehu Achum it's a big deal.
If you say Baruch Hu, you can't say Baruch Hu already?
You cannot say nothing. Anything. How to say Baruch Hashem Echad Ba'ed? You have to right away start the brachot of Shema Israel. You cannot even interrupt with drinking, with a text message, even if you don't talk.
So you can't say Baruch Hu if the Chazan rush. You can't say Baruch Hu already.
Yeah, you cannot. If you answer on his Baruch Hashem Echad Ba'ed, sure. You already started the bracha of Shema Israel. Can you, in the middle of Shema Israel, say Baruch Hashem? Yeah.
Yesterday or the day before you discussed, somebody said, you said, to pray Arvit before, so you can't come home and take a nap because you have to pray Arvit before that. And
According to the Zohar.
And someone mentioned, okay, to say Behu Rachum by itself and take a nap.
Right.
That said you also can't do because you have to stop to pray Arvit.
Right. That's the language of the Zohar.
So what if a person came late and they already up to Shema, so he missed Behu Rachum. So he prays Arvit with them. Can you say Behu Rachum afterwards? Does it count?
Probably because connected, maybe. It's a good question. Probably.
If he missed it.
Probably. What can you do? Anus.
Or should he find another?
I think
But not a what? If he has another minyan to go to,
If you can
obviously.
find and answer-
Oh, that's obvious. If you have another minyan.
Adopted together like Baruch Hu, you can only answer when the Chazan says it, or Ve'ur Rachum you could say after as well, as long as you pray the Arvit also.
Probably it's fine. I didn't see written. If you want to dig into that, I didn't see written, but probably you haven't learned.
So in the Kohen case, if he's Ashkenazi, then it's okay for him, right?
Yeah. No, it's not okay. He comes to Sephardi Shul. He cannot behave like Ashkenazi behaviors.
Over there
In
it
the
says
Sephardi shul.
don't protest if he's Ashkenazi,
He tells it. He says it.
right?
He says Ashkenazim do that. He says don't protest.
yeah.
Yeah.
ואין למחות בידם.
Lemchot be'adam when they are in their place. Not that you
Oh,
allowed to. Not that you allowed to. If Ashkenazi come to your shul, Sephardi shul, he cannot do Ashkenazi minhagim in public.
No.
He can do for himself whatever he wants. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw Abotai. Right now we are in the Tikkun Shovavim. Okay, remind me at the end to tell you something about Tikkun Shovavim. I want to start the halachot.
In the end,
Remind me. You're gonna remind me, or I should say now?
say it now. Say it now.
Yes.
I saw today a video of Rabbi Yehuda Be'eri. You know who is he? The Yanuka.
Oh, the Yanuka, yeah.
Nobody knows his name.
The young,
Yanuka, everybody knows.
the young guy, the young.
A young Gaon Atzum. Bekitzu, he says to his students, they asked him about should they fast during Shovavim. So he said shocking words. Shocking words. I'm telling you, I was shocked listening to this. The Yanuka. He's a very famous rabbi in Israel. Accepted by all sects. Sephardi, Ashkenazim, Hasidim, Guzinim, Kulam. Accepted, not only accepted, with respect. No, whatever, okay, there's somebody. No, mamash, like he's a big dolado for them, you know. The Yanuka. And he said that in our generation, the generation is weak. And look what he said, such an idea, I never thought about it, maybe. He said back in the day when people was stronger, when they used to fast, the fast used to break their Yetzer Hara. They felt much holier to do the Avodat Hashem. It says nowadays, in our generation, if you look what happens to people when they fast breaks their Yetzer HaTov. It says, comes out that the whole day, the guy is not able to serve Hashem normal, prayer-wise, is not able to
learning
learn Torah properly, He cannot be patient. He is lacking patience with his wife, with his kids, with his people. So all the things that Yetzer Hatov is supposed to drive in him and increase it when he has a fast, what's the results nowadays, he says? Just a fool. And not only that, he says the whole day, instead of thinking about Kedusha, he's thinking about Behemiyut, because he's waiting, when is the fast over? So comes out that his mind is occupied instead of with Kedusha, with Tum'ah, about all day, when I'm going to finish that fast, I want to eat. So all day he's walking like a hungry animal, waiting when I'm going to find my prey to eat something.
Then you already made what's his name? You could be podeh with the money.
Podeh. So that's what he said. He said, be podeh that with the money. Instead, he said few things to do. One, he said, redeem you the fast with money. How much money? He said, the amount of food you would eat today plus 1/3 on it. So if you would eat, let's say right now, for $20 worth of money, I don't know how much people eat. I don't know the prices today in the restaurants.
Should be a restaurant at home.
A home, whatever. How much you would eat that day, plus 1/3 on top. Give it, he says, that amount for tzedakah. And may listen to another two things that he said to do. He says, if you want to make your body go through a pain, through suffer, go to a very cold mikveh.
Very hard to find in America.
It's a natural.
Ask.
Natural spring.
Or he said natural.
It's opposite. It's very hot, boiling hot.
Or natural spring. Very cold mikveh. He said it's. He brought one of the opinions. I don't remember the name. He said, I think Rabbi Elimelech Miriminov, something like that. That he said that this is gula linatzel mimita. That's how serious it is, to go to a very cold mikveh. And he said like that, you will not gonna break your body all day thinking about food. At least you broke your body a different way. And the third thing, and this was the most important thing he said. It says throughout all the Shovavim time, it says there's two types of Brit Milah. There's Brit Milah of the bottom, and there's Brit Milah on top. It says the Brit Milah on the bottom is important, but the Brit Milah on top is even more important. What is the Brit Milah on top?
Tani dibur.
The mouth. So it says if you're able to learn Torah those days of Shovavim with Ta'ani Dibur, without interruption with the other topics than the Torah, it says even if you cannot do the whole day, you're a working class person, you cannot learn be Ta'ani Dibur all day. It says at least the hour that you learn in the morning, the hour that you learn in the evening, without any side things. 100% the Torah, Divrei Torah is it. When you say bracha. He brought an opinion that said if a person said brachot and did not have kavanah, this bracha, not only that will not count for 100 brachot. You hear this? Scary words.
What?
If you said brachot shakol yamid baro, you didn't put your intentions into this, your kavanah into this. He said not only that it will not benefit your 100 brachot, on the contrary, it goes against the person. And he says during the Shovavim time is the most important time to correct that. That's during those 6 weeks that we have Shovavim. If a person cannot fast, and he does not recommend to fast, make sure that you will do the other way to do tikkun. Make sure you podeh this, redeem that for tzedakah. V'chata'ich b'tzedakah peruk, that's the pasuk he quoted. And the tzedakah, we said, the amount of the food that you eat that day plus the third on top of it. Another second thing he said, cold mikveh. Yaakov, what's the third thing? Right now in Shmot уже, прошел Shmot уже. Shmot va'era bo, уже va'era. Already first week of Shovavim is behind us. Left out another 5 weeks. And this is the most important time of the year, says Arizal, for Tikkun HaBerit.
But all the yeshivot and the Mekubalim, they all fast.
I'm telling you what his words were. I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm saying what's this
follow the
Gedol's
Arizal.
opinion.
What are they doing? Fasting every day or what?
The certain ones fast every Monday and Thursday.
Right.
Every Monday and Thursday they fast. So if you know yourself that by whenever you fast, your Yetzer Hara is breaking, and whenever you not Yetzer Hatov is breaking, so then fast. This is what Arizal said to do. But if you're not able to do that, when you fast, your Yetzer Hatov is breaking, then find alternatives.
Rabbi, why is this?
Other things. Shas on that he was in the middle.
What about the rolling in the snow?
That's also doable. That's also doable, yeah. You can do that also.
אבל-
If there is snow.
מסילת ישרים, הוא אומר שזה היה בדורות הקודמים, הוא אומר, היום זה כבר לא התיקונים שלנו.
בסדר.
תיקון יסוד.
Arizal said to do that. He said today we're not in the level of this Arizal. He didn't speak about snow rolling. He spoke about cold mikveh and not eating and eating regularly, because we need to have koach. We are very weak. Imagine this: in the generation of Esther, 3 days and nights in a row, Laila vayom. Children, women, old people. Piece of cake, 3 days. You know what it is? Try to tell people today fast 2 days, not 3. Talking about bodybuilders, strong people, whatever you want to call them. 2 days fast.
Oh, they're the most have to eat. The bodybuilders.
Nah, yeah, so other
They're the
people, I
most
don't know.
have to eat.
Yitzhak, what was your question?
Like these days.
48-hour fast.
6 weeks.
They have to lose all the muscles.
Oh, that's for another topic. Another time, hey, Yitzhak. On Shabbat, I promised to reveal the secret of the repetition. I did. I keep my word. Whoever came to Shabbat Netz Minyan by us, he listened to the secret of the repetition. How powerful it is. So make sure, Abotai, the more people come to the Netz Minyan, Abechol John, the more people come to Netz Minyan, the more secrets they will be listening to.
Какой момент выбирайте, где записывать.
Поехали. We are right now almost finishing the section of dipping the kelim, Abotai. Let's get it done.
What page?
Now we are in Seif Yud Bet. Sarich להטביל ידי הכלי.
Which page, I'm sorry?
I don't know your pages because I have a different print. Seif Yud Bet. Siman Kafchet. Kufchav Seif Yud Bet. Whoever is able to read, Reviev, I think you're able to read inside, no?
Page Reish Pei.
Whoever is able to read, always read inside, Rabotai. It's very important to read inside. Okay, says the rabbi, or halacha. Not only you're supposed to dip the cup, you're also supposed to dip
Handle.
the handle of the cup. The handles of the cup. שידי הכלי ככלי עצמו. The handles of the cup is like the cup himself. ויטביל הכלי בידי הכלי שיהיה כולו במים בבת אחת. גבי טבילת נידה, and he has to be dipped everything in one shot, even the handles of the כלי מאיר. אבל אין הטבילה עולה אם מטביל תחילה חציו האחד ואחר כך חציו השני. אפילו הוא כלי גדול שאי אפשר להכניסו בפעם אחת למים. אין צריך לפרק את ידי הכלי או חלקים אחרים המחוברים לכלי, ואפילו אינם ממין טעון טבילה, אלא מטביל כשהם מחוברים לכלי. Now, what if a person has a pot, that a pot has handles, they are screwed in.
Right.
Does he have to disassemble the handles? Because that area between the plastic handles and the metal pot, the water is not going to go there. Separating the metal part from the water. Chikuna?
On the outside, though.
Huh?
On the outside, though.
So it says because that's the way to use it, you're using it this way all the time, you don't need to disassemble it. They are considered to be part of the כלי. כלי העשוי פרקים פרקים, אף שמין הנכון להטבילו בשלמותו, מכל מקום יטבילו פרקים פרקים, עלתה לא טבילה. Wow. That's a big חידוש, מאיר. What if a person took misarubka? You know the handle misarubka from Bukhara? Abu Montagi? Know this one? Person took that misarubka as is, he put it inside the mikveh.
You don't even need to.
Oh, I was waiting for somebody to speak it, to say it. Do you have to take the misarubka to the mikveh or no? The meat grinder.
Only raw food.
Menashe, you speak Russian? Understand? Yeah, Chikak? So if a person take the meat grinder into the mikveh, we said that because it is meant for something that is not edible the way it is, raw meat, who eats raw meat? Most people don't do that. So therefore it's not considered to be touching edible food. Therefore don't need mikveh. What if I have that one, the misarubka, the grinder, that I use for other things? Also, I make with this paste of, I don't know, vegetables, Colorado, I call this thing broccoli. I make fillings for burekas.
We're going to majority.
We follow? Majority of usage, you're saying?
Yes.
What if it could be used for this one and this one also?
Because.
No, we said it's not going to be Mr. Ruka, not going to
That's if it's meant for meat.
meat.
What if I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat meat. I bought that misarubka, the meat grinder, only for vegetables.
Big one, take it.
I have to take it. I took it, but I took it as is, with all the screws in, the knife in, as is. I put it inside.
Yes.
I put it inside the mikveh.
Yes,
Kasher or no?
kosher.
Says the rabbi kasher.
So the
Big
water,
kiddush.
the water will get in there, yeah.
If the water cannot get into the screwing parts, it's very tight in. Huh?
When you use it, it's going to be complete, right?
היה פה ספר, לקחו לך. טוב, אה?
When you use Misaruk, it's complete. Put it in the big one, kosher.
Yeah. You don't have to disassemble it.
Yes.
If you disassembled it and you dipped it, it's also kasher. But you didn't have to disassemble it. Like the Rambam wrote לגבי טומאה, מיטה שנטמעה כולה, אם מטבילה איברים טהורה, שדיני חציצה בכלים טמאים כדין כלי גויים. ודווקא בכלי שעשוי להיות עומד כך, כגון תרמוס, שדרך לפרק אותו תדיר, אבל כיסוי של גדרה, כיוון שעשוי לפתוח ולסגור תדיר, יש לטובלו בפני עצמו, שאם לא כן, הווה חציצה. So really it says it depends on what type of misarubka you have. I think misarubka disassembled, no? Every time you disassemble it, to wash it.
Yeah.
So it depends. How does it, what's the service of it? People usually disassemble it, or people usually keep it assembled? Let's say right now you have the handle of the cover, the lid of the pot. You have the handle. That lid meant to be there all the time, or meant to be disassembled?
Usually it's all the time.
Крышка у него есть этот, что закручивается наверху.
It's meant to be there.
Krishka,
All the time.
A dig.
we have time.
So it says, what if a person dipped it, disassembled?
Also good.
Also good. What's the reason that's good if it is attached? But if the misarubka gets detached every time, that's not good when you dipped it when it's assembled. You were supposed to dip it when it's disassembled. What's the difference?
Krishka doesn't touch the food.
No, it doesn't matter. We said it's part of the pot. Второстепенно для дег, вы сказали.
Let's do it again.
Huh? What's the difference?
If it's
It says all depends on how people
Use it.
use it.
If it is all the time, you have to disassemble.
So if it is usually being disassembled,
Yeah.
It's disassembled.
then you have to disassemble it.
You have to,
Depends
because you
how
have to
used.
clean it. When you clean it, you have to disassemble it. Disassemble.
Yeah.
So you have to
But
disassemble.
let's say there are certain parts in that misarubka that they are not disassembled. It's two separate parts, but it's no way to disassemble it.
It can be.
Let's say I'm saying, let's say.
It can be. 'Cause
Why do it can be?
You have to take the.
Let's say right now you have that thing that it's screwed to the table, nachon?
Uh-huh.
Do you have to disassemble that thing all the way down?
Yes.
Keep it
because
whole?
You have to take the meat out every time.
No, meat is the top.
Yeah.
You have the top misarubka, right?
Or that part. You just,
And then you have the part that connecting it to the table.
Noshka.
The leg of it, on the bottom.
No, you don't.
Do you have to disassemble that all the way out also or no? No, why? Because that leg is not meant to be all the way disassembled. You never disassemble it. When you wash it, when you store it, that leg is always there. It just become wider and smaller. Why? But a bigger opening and smaller opening.
Just a cover of a pot.
Right, you open and close it.
Yeah, so this has to be separated.
Right. So the leg of the misarubka, of the meat grinder, you don't have to disassemble it fully. But that thing that you have, the screwing part,
Right.
since you are usually disassembling it in order to wash it,
that has to be.
that have to be disassembled. בכל שון פמילים יודעים. בוא יגבור, הוא רוסי בא, או בוחרי בא. עמים מסרוב כמגלד, בדוני מקווה עמתו ממונד. או, תקרא מה מקונד, ברכש ממונד. No!
Adunash Migrid.
Right, you have to disassemble it. What's the reason? Because it meant to be disassembled. Something that meant to be separated, you cannot keep it together and put it in the water. Nemesho. Famidim. כלי העשוי פרקים פרקים, אם מטביל הכלי כשהוא מפורק, אין צריך להטבילו אלא את החלקים העשויים מחומר הטעון טבילה. That's many times people ask also. What if a person has salat, the bottom part, salat maker takoi, with the knives, special knives, the bottom part is plastic.
Yes.
Plastic, no mikveh. The knife area is where the knife is.
The blades.
The blade. What part of this he needs to go to the mikveh?
The blades part.
Only the metal part.
The blade part.
The container where you put the fruit, vegetables, and you cut, you don't need to put it inside the mikveh. We're counting it as a separated thing.
So even when it's uninstalled, let's say I did not detach the knife from the machine.
Mm-hmm.
And now I dip the machine just for the water enough to cover the knife. But the plastic ball itself did not go all the way in.
But that knife has to be surrounded with the water.
Yes.
But
I
if he's
went like-
attached to the machine, he's attached somewhere. You're not going to get the water there. You're going to have to disassemble it somehow. How else are you going to get the water inside?
If it's meant to be assembled like that, then you're fine.
Yeah, in Achinami. If it's meant to be assembled this way, yeah. Then it's like the leg of the meat grinder. The old meat grinders. Menashe, do you ever see these meat grinders? Huh? By Babuda, you saw them?
What about the blender?
Blender, the meat blender. Yeah, you have the knife over there.
For like a smoothie.
Yeah, the smoothie, the knife over there.
Two parts.
Yeah, so that part that disassembles, you take it to the mikveh where the metal is. If the metal goes out, you just take the metal, that's it.
And if it doesn't?
If it doesn't, then it's part of the plastic. So then you dip that entire thing together. Like the plastic handles that you have on the metal pot. We said that the handles are part of the pot. So if the knife of your blender is not disassembling from the plastic blender, you'll have to dip the entire thing inside because it's one thing.
We say if it's connected to the wall, it's glass.
Attached to the ground. Doesn't make a bel tuma.
So, now blender, Arijon, blender, do you use when it's only plugged in, or you also use it whenever it is detached?
He has to drink, he also use it attached.
Use it as a pitcher also, to pour into cups, to pour into other small containers. So it's not being used only when it's plugged in. It's also being used whenever it's unplugged from the machine.
But what's the majority? Do
Huh?
we follow the majority here?
In Mechubar LaKarka, do we follow majority?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to see that.
Because
Probably.
majority, it's always you use it inside when it's on the plug. Sometimes you use it.
It's a good question. What happens in majority or plugged in? We have to see. Text me that question. I'll try to looking for it. Okay? Next. Now, וכשמטביל הכלי בשלמותו, יכול להטביל אפילו שחלק מן הפרקים ההוא ממין שאינו טעון טבילה. כיוון שכך הוא דרך תשמישו, ועל כן אין מקום חיבורם חציצה, אף שיכולים להתפרק. Wow, that's a חידוש. What if a person right now says, Rabbi, I can disassemble that metal from the blender, but it's a whole headache to put it back together. Can I just take that plastic wood and metal inside? Even though there are certain parts that the plastic's attached very tight to the metal, then the water is not going to get there.
And it's used like this.
It's being used like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
question
just
should I do-
could be disassembled.
Yeah, so...
Do I have to disassemble it or no? No, because the norm is to keep it together. The fact that it's meant to be kept together, it's not chatzitza. Got it? Yeah? Ari, you understood? If not, I'll repeat. Hagai John, you with us? Huh? Yitzhak, אתה פה? Again, let's recap again. You have a blender. Inside the blender, you have a knife.
Yes.
נכון? This knife, it's metal. Do you have to dip the metal by itself, that the water will be able to surround the entire metal? Or you could still keep it attached to the plug over there in the blender,
Keep it attached.
in the plastic. And even though whenever you're going to dip inside the plastic, the metal knife is not going to be fully surrounded with water.
It's okay.
How do
Because-
we follow?
Because the only way you use this thing when it's over there, you don't use it as separate, individually.
Right.
So that's why it's
Very
gonna be
good. Very good. Maybe today somebody asked me and told me, I'm shocked that it's happening like this. They said that Sheva Brachot people say, today they say, without tune your faces. Sheva Brachot. Without people eating bread. Without mamash balagan upon balagan. He says, you went to a few Sheva Brachot last week. He said, I'm shocked, there is rabbis over there. The rabbis don't say nothing. What am I going to say, Rabbi? He thought maybe there is no such an halacha that you need to have two new faces every night.
You need
He asked me.
three conditions.
Yeah. Two new faces is one of them.
It has to be in his house also.
אז
Has to be
Right.
10 people, minyan.
Right.
רק את השתי ברכות.
Right. In such a, if you don't have the all three conditions fulfilled, you only say,
טוב.
אשר ברא ששון ושמחה,
Bora pra Giffenef.
חתן וכלה. And then you say, בורא פרי הגפן.
You don't say Bora pra Giffen first?
And ברכת המזון. בורא פרי הגפן is always last. Always ברכת המזון, בורא פרי הגפן is last.
No, Bora pra Giffen. I mean, Birkat Hamazon
Right?
закончили.
ברכת המזון קונצ'יל.
Then you do Sheva.
אשר ברא.
גפן אחרון.
And then you say, בורא פרי הגפן. The guy that holds the cup of
בחופה
the...
אומרים את הגפן
Right.
ראשון.
The poskim say, why by chuppah you say בורא פרי הגפן first, and ברכת המזון you say בורא פרי הגפן last.
Ask.
It's a disrespect to the bracha. Why you do like that? So it says, really, בורא פרי הגפן is the most important one. And you're supposed to give him kavod, to be the first. So why in the Birkat Hamazon, Sheva Brachot, you go all the way to the last? It's why disrespect like this. It says, do you know, Meir? Technically, Borei Pri HaGefen, when you hold on this in Birkat Hamazon, you were supposed to say first Borei Pri HaGefen, then say Birkat Hamazon. Why? Look, what do we do in Kiddush? You say first Borei Pri HaGefen, then you say the bracha, nachon, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Avdala, you first say Borei Pri HaGefen, then you say, I'm Avdil Ben Kodesh Lechod. Always the Borei Pri HaGefen is first, then comes the bracha that you're holding the cup for, nachon? So you said, why in Birkat Hamazon, you say Birkat Hamazon, then you say Samri Maranan Borei Pri HaGefen. It says, you know why? Because Birkat Hamazon is different.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to say Borei Pri HaGefen, then you say Birkat Hamazon, you can't say the Birkat Borei Pri HaGefen. So what do we have to do? We have to postpone Borei Pri HaGefen to after Birkat Hamazon. So since we already disrespected him, already disrespected all the way to the end. כמובן דנדחה, נדחה.
But what if a person did first?
That's why a person, Rabotai, should not belittle his mitzvot. Sometimes you belittle the mitzvot. Already, Allah. No. Person should make the mitzvah the best way. Not to postpone the mitzvah. Вот еще 5 минут посплю, еще 10 минут посплю, not такого. A person have to be in the morning, hazak.
They had a question here regarding one of the third conditions that we said having at Chatan's house.
Chatan's house, yeah?
They said if one person booked in a restaurant and he's renting it, does that count?
According to Maran and Rav Ovadia Yosef, not allowed. According to other rabbis, it is allowed. But we have to make a rule. You have to have one rabbi. Aseh lecharav, istalek min hasafek. If you're going to restaurants and they give you kavod, ask either Borei Pri HaGefen bracha or Asher bara. This one of those two, because the other 5 is bracha levatala according to Rav Ovadia. So this other two don't answer amen after them. They say according to Rav Ovadia. It's not good. You cannot say Ma'amar Kol Amen because you're holding the cup of wine.
זה הפסק.
הפסק.
אתה עושה את הגפן.
If you say Borei Pri HaGefen, you cannot say Ba'amar Kol Amen, Baruch Adonai Le'olam Amen V'Amen.
After the wedding, also only 2 brachot. If you're doing it in a hall, you do all 7.
No, this you'll do all 7. In the wedding hall, the first night, we do all 7. The Radbaz says it's extra happiness over there. It's unusual happiness.
That's why you do 7 and then you do after 7.
Right.
Why?
Huh? Well, Shulchan Aruch says in Siman Samech Bet and also Gemara, Masechet Ketubot. Dav Zayin, Amud Bet. Remember, how do you remember that? Ketubot, Zayin. Zayin is Sheva Brachot. Sheva Brachot, which Masechet Ketubot? Easy to remember. Last line on the bottom over there, Amud Bet. Amar Rav Yehuda, והוא שיהיה פנים חדשות, והוא שיהיה בבית החתן. You have to be in the house of the חתן, of the דומות.
The Chatan also has to pay for the Seudah?
Yeah, חתן אין כלה.
What if he's
Both.
Chacham?
חתן אין כלה, have to be both.
For me, it's I need to bring the house. Have to come with the house.
What if you say the Borei Peri Gefen first, and then after you said the last bracha? So so on with Simcha. You still count or not?
אמרת, what can we do?
כבוד הרב.
But it counts, לא בכלל לבטל.
ברכות נדון אדום את זה לתוכן, אפשר?
When you do, right, שבע ברכות only דומה. I read Rabbi, what's his name? Hillel Chaimov. You know Rabbi Hillel Chaimov?
Yes.
He translated the book of Bukhari and Halachot. I forgot the name. Likutei Dinim. He translated from Bukharian to Hebrew. Likutei Dinim, 2 volumes. Over there he writes, and the note, tam yes, Likutei Dinim on top, on the bottom there is small letters. And he says, also you're supposed to do it in the house of the Hatan, Likutei Dinim. On the bottom he says, some people said that the Bukhari Minhag was to do outside the house of the Hatan, and this is a mistake. It was never such a Bukhari Minhag.
Wow.
He knows Bukhari Minhagim more than anybody.
Yes.
He says it was never such a Bukhari Minhag.
Why is that?
So people that say Bukharski Otak Zilali, they say it's not true. Whoever did it, he said it was not Chacham Torah. So that's why we said. He said, Rav Yaakov Hillel and Rav Ovadia Yosef and Maran Rav Yosef Karo, that it must be only in the house of the Hatan.
So the new house where the Chatan is going to live after marriage.
Da.
What
Over
if
there, Sheva Brachot, you're allowed to say. If it is in the restaurant, Kaneso, all these things, only the last 2 berachot. Asher bara and
I heard-
Borei Peri Gefen.
Brother Rav, I heard that if a person goes to the synagogue and if he does the Sheva Brachot there, it's like it's his house. Is that true?
There are opinions like that. The
Yeah.
Taz holds like that.
Yeah.
And there are other rabbis also rule like that. Ramazuz, Moshe
Can
Levi.
we do like this? Or not?
But yesterday, Rav Yitzchak Yosef, yesterday's topic, yesterday Motzei Shabbat, he spoke about this. He said, how people are not afraid of Brachot Lebatala.
כן.
Ruling, telling everybody, mutar. How is it mutar? Maran said asur. We קיבלנו עוד מרן.
אנשים חרדים רואים קוק חזה לעלמין. זה ככה עושים. אנשים מראי השם.
זה גץ בגמרא. גמרא בתחנה.
כבוד הרב. איזון
הנה, התעוררו, ראית?
לא,
ידעתי לך על השנה.
מילה, חתונה.
חוני דומות רב. ג'ודה שובה שבו ברוך.
חוני דומות.
חוני דומות.
Da?
Učomo.
Od čemu da? Čoš ni djelo.
No, ja govorim, oni učomo šmjero, masu mišina.
Ah, no. Only the last 2 brachot. Asher bara, אין בורא פני הגפן.
הם יגדרו אצל הרשימו, יגדרו אצל הרשימו.
נו. חי. This you have to be very careful when you leave Choni Doetan. No, you gotta be careful. I'm serious. Gemara said that Rav used to give makot whoever used to live in the house of his Ochemo.
Why?
Because things could happen. Gemara says that Ochemo loves the Hatan very much. Gemara says that Rav used to give makot to somebody that used to do that. Makot, malchut. והוא רחום מחפר המון, used to beat him up. Hold on, first of all, whatever is Torah Chon is not Bechora. Let's put it this word. Don't say Bechora Torah Chon. Don't say this. Oh, Baruch Hashem Torah Chon goy. Baruch Hashem. That's first of all.
No father, no mother.
Somebody today told last week, somebody told to his friend, he's a millionaire, big millionaire. He says, I'm willing to give up my house. He has a big house. To give my millions, to give my business up, to see one child of mine to be Torahon. I sleep on the homeless on the streets. I give everything for one of my children to be Torahon. One. He said, and if it's going to be more than one, I don't know what else to give. So we have to understand that Torah Chon is the biggest blessing we could have imagined to have from our children, from our domot. So if you're able to sponsor him whenever he is in his Chona, kol hakavod. If not, if he lives in your house, since you live over there, you say Sheva Brachot, it's your house also. You become the part of the members in that house. But if you don't live over there, you live in one place, and the Sheva Brachot is in the Od Shemos house now, you only make the last 2 brachot, Asher Bara and Borei Peri HaGefen. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen. Amen. Rabbi Hanania.